Do you know how powerful our words are? Are you aware of your capacity to change your life by changing your mind and your perspective? I wonder how much power we realize we think we have versus what we do have, and where are the discrepancies within this? Because if we knew how precious our words were, I believe that we would speak a little more carefully, write a little more graciously, and show up in a different way for ourselves in our words. I say this because I see so many people who create these word traps for themselves, and they get stuck in their own definition of their lives and these stories and the things that they say and do. And it feels like you have no power, but you really do. It's just a little tough to learn how to work it and make it work for you. I'm Latia, and one of my superpowers, if you will, is that I tend to be able to get what I would like and make things happen. I've been doing this since I was in elementary school, and I guess in a weird way, some of the fruits of those childhood labors have showed up as an adult. So what I would do is every year I would, like at the end of summers, I would sit down, I would get a journal, and I would take notes on my goals. What kind of friend did I want to be? What kind of daughter did I want to be? What kind of student did I want to be? How did I want to be when I grew up and could be sexy and fierce and attractive? And I would just write out all the things that I would like to do to get better. So as a kid, I would say the only thing that I didn't do very well on was setting deadlines, putting a timeline to it, and creating habits around making those goals practices and showing up regularly to make sure that they would happen. But when it comes to writing down goals, I tend to be very clear. I can get very descriptive, and my favorite goals are the ones that I can envision and I can feel it, and I can kind of just sit and like let it wash over me, as it's like I imagine myself having the it factor. As I walk into a room, you can feel my presence. And when you get a glimpse of me, you look once. Ooh, what? And you look twice. Wait, did I really? You look a third time. Oh my gosh, she's real. She's so amazing. And that has been like just a little glimpse of like how I've wanted to show up in the world. I just want to be someone who has presence, has love, has just the joy that she brings into the room with her, being a woman of distinction and power and integrity. And so as I've grown up, I've done my best to elevate some of my goal setting standards, like setting more achievable, actionable goals. But I think the interesting thing for me is that I tend to be a little bit on the metaphysical side, if you will, or the emotional side. So a lot of times I have ways that I want to feel. So I want to feel at home in my body. I want to feel present to my physical being. I want to feel love for myself and others. I want to feel of service without feeling so resentful towards the people that I am providing for. And some of the challenges that have arisen for me as I grow up is, I believe, the clarity with which I have stated my desires and my goals and my dreams. So sometimes I state them in ways where it's very clear, I know what I want, and there are pieces that I leave out. So if I want to be of service to people and I want to be a vessel for the divine, then if I'm feeling resentful and as though I'm sacrificing myself for other people, then something's not quite right, and I need to like alter my focus to make sure that I can prioritize myself. Because the biggest challenge in life, I believe, is the fact that I will never get to meet myself in person. Like the only person in the world that I will never get to just sit and look in the eyes and gaze at their beauty is myself. The best I can do is either looking at my hands in front of my face, looking at all the extensions of me that prove my existence, but there will always be like just a blank set of experiences I can only experience as a reflection in a mirror or something else. And I say that not to be super weird, but just because it's the human experience and the experience of being a living being especially if you're sentient and aware of who you are, it's like there's this understanding that I cannot see myself, and yet I know that I am real, and questioning that reality. And so if we're able to own ourselves and our needs and our wants and get to this place of knowing that we are priority in our lives, like if you are not okay, you cannot be of service to others. And so with these goals that we set, it has to be balanced. And one of my favorite quotes that I got from doing a women's workshop was, honoring one honors the collective. And so it can be easy to feel selfish or self-centered if you're taking care of yourself. But if you're not okay, then are you really being of service to other people? Or are you just doing what you're supposed to do or you have to do and feeling obligated to show up and like perform? So another thing that I've been working on with my goals is getting more clear on actions. So I've done a lot of personal development work, and I guess a framework that tends to be of interest to me are a mixture of desires lists or be, do, have, and sometimes give list. So with desires is just write out what you desire. I desire $1 million. I desire a wonderful lover. I desire to build a sustainable, heart-centered business. These are just writing out ideas for things that you would like. And it could be as small as, I desire chocolate-covered strawberries because they're delicious. But it's sometimes we have to like practice getting our feet wet and understanding what we want, so then we can open up to receiving more. And then on the other hand, there's the be, do, have, and sometimes give list that I've also seen, where if I want to, with the be, do, have, there's like both, like two directions you could go. You say, I want to be a person of excellence, so then I have to do excellent things in work or cleanliness or taking care of myself. And then I need to, like, maybe I'll have these things as a result of being an excellent person. I'll be trustworthy and reliable and responsible, so then people will follow me. I'll have influence and impact. But then sometimes you want to work in reverse, where it's like, if I want to have a sustainable business, empowering and inspiring people, then sometimes you'll be like, okay, I want to have 1 million followers, so I need to do consistent work. I need to create content that is interesting and engaging. And then I need to be someone who is responsible and shows up and has the character to create this platform and be of service and do all these things. So when it comes to goals, there are multiple approaches that we can take. There's also the tense that we write them in that's very impactful. So if I'm writing goals, sometimes I will write them as though they've already happened. I will write them as they're happening now and they're present in my life and they're my truth. That's kind of the affirmation style of doing it. So I am an influencer. I am powerful. I am strong. I am a woman of character and distinction and integrity. And then you find those actions that allow you to do that. So I am showing up and doing the work. I am giving my all. I am engaged. Like finding these ways to describe, like, who are you becoming? And what I love about High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard is that he goes over, how do I take these things that I see myself as and tactically implement them in my daily life? So there is, you can do a daily review of, did I show up loving? Before you go into a meeting, what is my intention for the way I'm going to show up? At the end of the week, did I have the loving conversations I wanted to have? Did I connect with the people I intended to connect with? Did I show up powerfully or not? And so now it becomes this conversation of evaluating, did I meet my standard? And now you can change it if it doesn't work. You can honor it and say, okay, I didn't, this is what I need to do. But there's just a level of excellence and growth that happens when we pay attention to our performance and we keep showing up and we keep getting better and we keep engaging and we keep, improving. It's smarter goals in a way, specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, time-oriented, and then you evaluate and review or revise. That way you keep it top of mind and you have these check-ins so you can make sure you're doing things. And so from my goals perspective, I tend to have a lot of feelings that I want to feel. And sometimes it's tough to know, am I feeling better? because like I could be feeling way better, things could be great, and then I just have my own perspective that's getting off. And so I know where I'm at is, how can I start generating my joy and generating my energy and showing up and being the person I would like to be instead of being the person I think I am. So when it comes to your words and the things that we say and the things that we're creating, it's always great to come from a place of openness and possibility and expansion, and whatever goals you set, how can I do more, and how can I dream a little bigger, and what would stretch me a little beyond my comfort zone. So I just wanted to share some things about goals and the best ways, not necessarily the best ways, but some options for expressing them and getting them out, so that now you have a better space to like explore your goals and what future life would you like? Who would you like to be? How would you like to show up? And just getting a conversation going, because I do have a passion around goal setting and implementing and taking action on the things that we love. And I would love to empower and inspire people to take action in their lives, to own their goals, to state their dreams boldly, and have faith that they will figure it out, or they will find someone who can support them on the way. So let's just keep setting goals and get better. Comment below with any goals that you have, any things that you're excited for, any things you're nervous about. Let me know if you have any ideas that you'd like for me to speak on. I have lots of knowledge and do a lot of things and love sharing. And have a wonderful day.